I really want to know your opinion on this. I see so many places that they are saying woman is this, woman is that, what is the definition of woman? And then I was thinking maybe when we're talking about woman, we're talking about that category in biology because they decided that biology be organized into categories. So, what is very interesting is that this X and X chromosome and X and Y chromosome came to existence actually a century after we start categorizing different species into different groups and categories. And probably the phrase woman came into existence even before we started categorizing, probably just based on some traits, based on some features, and probably reproductive organ. So we decided to call those people women. But then if you look through the biology throughout the years, I remember when we started to learn about different categories in biology, there is a category which is for um, things that are alive and then things that are not alive. So basically, we decide that certain things that are alive, they have certain features, and then the things that are not alive, they don't have those features. And then after that, we discovered viruses, and viruses sometimes act as something that is alive and sometimes act as something that is not alive. Well, I think when we are trying to force people into two categories that are just either you're supposed to be either a man or you're supposed to be a woman, or X and X chromosome, it's going to be woman, and X and Y chromosome are going to be men. It's just because we're kind of lazy because the whole system is based on men and women. And now we are looking at people who don't feel that they fit certain categories, and there are so many backlash on them because you can never get everything right in the first place, and you need to be able to understand that you can change it in the future, even though it is very fundamental and it changes so many things. But then still, we can't just ignore certain group of people just because we want it to be the traditional way of men and women. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that woman is not something that exists. Woman is just a category, and we decided that category just based on certain features that we just decided. It is not set in stone. Biology is a science that you experiment and you figure things out that way. It's not like math, it's different from math. So, yeah, the term woman is not set in stone, and it doesn't, there's nobody that can say, okay, woman is this, woman is that. It was just something that is decided because we started categorizing in 1700s, and then we figured out about chromosomes in 1800. So we started categorizing way before we knew about XX and X and Y. So the category woman is not based on X and X or X and Y, and we might even be calling woman even before we start categorizing in biology. So, when you say, what do you mean by a woman or what is a woman? Well, you can just go and look at the definition of when they decided on that category, what were the features that they decided that that person is going to be a woman or that person is not going to be a woman. But then it doesn't matter if you accept a group of people as women and if you don't accept a group of people as women. There are people who are not binary based on the categorization that we made initially. So the categorization that we made initially is not sufficient. these days. So we need to change it. We can't just ignore the fact that something exists just because we don't have the word for it.